talk about the new Goblin car. Boommobile is a 4-mana 5/5 vehicle that when it enters adds 4 mana of only one colour, and you can spend this mana only to activate abilities. It then has the exhaust ability, which is one of the new mechanics from Aetherdrift, where when you activate it, you can only activate it once. The ability costs X and 3, including a red. This vehicle does X damage to any target, put a +1/+1 counter on this vehicle, and it crews for 2. This card is pretty damn good, and it's going to infinite combo kill people out of nowhere in Commander quite regularly. Let's talk about it. And if you want to pre-order singles or sealed product, CoolStuffInc.com for 5% off your order by putting the code KENOBI in. Helps support the show, and you get one of these free playtest stickers to turn a piece of draft chaff into a playable party box card. Creatures that enter the battlefield and create mana have always been used to do dumb stuff. Burning Tree Emissary is not really a card played in fair decks. It's normally like Burning Tree into Burning Tree into Burning Tree into an 8-whack Goblin, and boom goes the Dynamite. Boommobile refunds its cost completely. You pay 4 and you get 4, but the 4 that you get can only go on its activated ability or another activated ability on the board. So usually the play will be make a Boommobile and then ping something for 1 damage and put a counter on it. So when you eventually crew an attack with it, it's a 6/6. But what if we just flicker the shit out of it? There's a few cards that can go in the flicker slot. Emil, for example, says 3 mana exile another target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. And there's also Deadeye Navigator that when soul bonded with something has a 2 mana activated ability. Importantly, both of their activated abilities are less than 4, so each time you do them with the combo that I'm about to explain, you get to generate mana. Now hold up, people are already writing in the comment section because a lot of you fuckers don't finish the video before you comment. But Vince, it's not a creature. How would you flicker it? You can crew it once, but then you flicker it and you can't crew it again because the creature's already crewed it, it's tapped. That's because we're not flickering the car, not directly. Well, we are, but we're going to flick something else first. This is Restoration Angel. If you haven't seen it before, then you're a child. There are plenty of cards across Magic the Gathering that allow you to flicker another creature when it enters the battlefield. So if we take a Restoration Angel or an Icewind Stalwart and we flicker it with Emil or Deadeye Navigator, we get a trigger that we can use to flicker our Boommobile, because we're going to use the creature that we're flickering to crew the Boommobile. In essence, we will crew the Boommobile with part B of the combo, the Restoration Angel, the Icewind Stalwart, or any other ETB flickerer creature immediately effect. We will then activate Emil or Deadeye Navigator with some of the mana that Boommobile made when it entered to flicker the Restoration Angel or the Icewind Stalwart to then flicker the Boommobile. Boommobile will enter, generating 4 mana, as will the Restoration Angel or the Icewind Stalwart or whatever, and then we'll tap that Stalwart or that Angel again to crew the Boommobile and activate Emil or Deadeye Navigator again, and so on and so on. Off to the races we go as you flicker Boommobile and make infinite mana. Now, normally when you have infinite mana, you need something else to do with it. I don't know, flickering something else for value, flickering other people's stuff, or preferably just killing your opponents with the infinite mana, which we have. It's staring you right in the fucking face. Boommobile says it right there. Exhaust, pay some mana, put some counters on this and shoot any target. And to be very clear, this kills the table. Whilst it's only activatable once and it must target one singular target and kills one player, if you flicker enough times to make infinite mana or an arbitrary large amount of mana, you can activate the exhaust to kill player B and then flicker it again to reset it to get the exhaust turned off again to shoot player C, and do the same to kill player D. The exhaust is only 1 time per instance of the card. When you flicker it, you reset that count. This card was begging to be broken into an infinite combo in the sense that it creates the mana and gives you an output for the mana if you can somehow break the amount of mana that you get out of it or recur the amount of mana you get out of it. I think this is kind of just modern card design 101, right? Is when you have a card that does a thing and enables a thing. There's the big 7 mana spaceshipy flying thing from the new set as well. That's like a big Baneslayer Angel. But it also cycles so that it's never dead in hand and creates pilots to crew the next copy of it. But that's not the only synergy there. On top of all of that, it's cycling into the bin means that it's very easy to get into the bin for something like a Grease Fang, for example. Modern rares and legendaries absolutely love just to power themselves up, do the thing, enable the thing, and just fold your sheets and suck you off. I don't think Boommobile's going to break Commander, but I'm absolutely going to infinite kill people with it from time to time when people just don't see it coming when I assemble my Commander plus it and another card. The new set also has new toys to play alongside Boommobile, like Colladin Triumph Caster, who will be in standard with Boommobile. A 2-mana 2/3 legendary creature human pilot. Mounts and vehicles you control have haste, and whenever a mount you control enters, it becomes saddled into end of turn, which is the crude version for creatures. For some reason, whenever I think of like saddling and mounting, my mind just fucking tumbles into the gutter. And whenever a vehicle you control enters, it becomes an artifact creature into end of turn. So in this scenario, we have this as our commander, or in play in standard, and we play Boommobile and it becomes a creature, and then we just need to flicker it over and over and over with an effect that costs less than 4 mana. There doesn't appear to be a way to abuse the mana coming in to flicker this or reset it or reanimate it in a way that would create mana over and over yet in standard. But I mean, there's an edge there that we're getting to, right? Primarily, this will be a commander card, and I'm kind of a little bit in love with it. Anything that encourages me to flicker things to then kill my opponent is good in my book. Welcome to several of my commander decks, Boommobile. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.